Guys, you're not going to believe what I just found out about this TikToker with 2.3 million followers. He literally destroyed his entire life in just 15 seconds of Instagram stories. And the worst part, his fiancée was 7 months pregnant. Stick around until the end, because I have the screenshots of everything that happened, including her family's reaction when they found out. This all went down just 3 days ago, and it's already blowing up across the entire TikTok community. I can't reveal his real name for legal reasons, but let's call him Lucas. And get ready, because this story goes from 0 to 100 real quick. So guys, Lucas had the perfect life on social media. 2.3 million on TikTok, almost 800,000 on Instagram. He was one of the fastest growing content creators in Brazil. He made those funny videos, dances, trending challenges, you know how it is. And his fiancée, Marina, I can't reveal her real name either, had 400,000 followers and made lifestyle and motherhood content. They had been together for 4 years, engaged for 8 months, and she was 7 months pregnant with a baby girl they were going to name Sophia. Guys, they were the perfect couple of Brazilian social media. They made videos together, and he was always saying how she was the love of his life, how excited he was to become a dad. But behind the cameras, the reality was very different. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I found all of this out. Last Tuesday, the 13th, a follower sent me a DM saying, "Anna, did you see what Lucas just posted on his stories?" I said, "No, what happened?" And then she sent me a screenshot that made my heart stop. But before I show you that screenshot, let me give you the full context, so you can understand the severity of what happened. Because what you're about to see isn't just about cheating, it's a chain of mistakes that completely destroyed not just a relationship, but 2 entire careers. So, on Tuesday morning, around 9:30 a.m., Lucas posted an Instagram story. Nothing unusual there, right? He was always posting stories. But this time, he posted the wrong thing. Instead of uploading the sponsored promo video for a brand he was working with, he accidentally posted a 15-second clip of himself kissing another woman. And guys, it was not an innocent kiss. It was a couple's kiss. And here's the shocking detail. She was wearing red lingerie that, get this, was the exact same model Marina had shown in her own stories just last week, only in a different color. Which means Lucas had actually bought the same lingerie for both of them. But it gets even worse. In the audio of the video, something most people didn't even notice at first, you can actually hear him saying, "Baby, when are you going to leave him?" And then the woman's voice replies, "After Sophia is born, I can't do that while she's pregnant." Guys, did you catch that? She knew about his daughter. She knew the baby's name. That means this wasn't just a one-night thing. This was a parallel relationship going on for months. And here's where the story gets completely insane. Because do you know who the woman in the video was? Marina's best friend, Julia, who was supposed to be the maid of honor at their wedding. The same Julia who helped Marina pick out baby Sophia's clothes, who was organizing the baby shower. Yes, Marina's best friend of 6 years had been sleeping with her fiancé for months, all while pretending to help with the wedding preparations and the arrival of the baby. Now here's the part that absolutely shook me. The story stayed online for exactly 14 minutes before he noticed and deleted it. But guys, 14 minutes on the internet is an eternity. Screenshots had already been taken by hundreds of people. It was already in TikTok gossip groups, already going viral. But Lucas didn't know that yet. He deleted the story and thought he had fixed the situation. Wrong. Because one of the people who had screenshotted it was actually Marina's own sister, her sister-in-law. She saw the story, took a screenshot, and immediately called Marina. Just imagine the scene. Marina, 7 months pregnant, waking up in the morning to a call from her sister crying, saying she had something really serious to show her. Marina was still in her pajamas when she received the screenshot. And her reaction, guys, I actually got the audios she sent her family in the WhatsApp group. She recorded a 4-minute voice note, crying, saying she couldn't believe it, that she was already feeling nerve contractions, that she was heading to the hospital. Guys, she almost went into premature labor from the shock. But it doesn't stop there. Because do you know what Lucas did when he found out Marina had discovered everything? Instead of rushing home to apologize, to talk, to explain, he made the worst choice possible. He posted a video on TikTok denying everything. Yes, guys, a 1-minute video saying it was all edited, that someone had faked the footage to ruin him, that he would never cheat on Marina, all while she was in the hospital being medicated to stop a premature birth. And here comes the plot twist that nobody saw coming. Julia, the so-called best friend, instead of staying quiet and waiting for things to cool down, she went ahead and confirmed everything in a response video. She posted a TikTok admitting the relationship, apologizing, but saying she had been in love for months and that she couldn't keep pretending anymore. Guys, can you even imagine? Marina finds out about the betrayal in the morning, gets sick, ends up in the hospital, and by the afternoon, she sees her ex-best friend posting a video confessing she was in love with her fiancé. The consequences were immediate and brutal. In less than 6 hours, Lucas lost 400,000 followers. Brands started canceling contracts. Comments were 99% negative. His TikTok turned into a battlefield with people cursing him out and sending messages of support to Marina. But guys, the worst part was still to come. Because Marina's family isn't just any family. Her father is a well-known criminal lawyer in Rio. And guess what he did? He filed a lawsuit for moral damages against both of them. And it's no joke, we're talking about a lawsuit worth 500,000 reais. The lawsuit claims that the betrayal caused severe psychological harm to Marina and put the pregnancy at risk. And there's more. They're demanding double child support for Sofia, arguing that Lucas will have to provide for his daughter alone, since Marina can no longer work as an influencer because of the trauma. And Julia's family? Total chaos. Her mother, who always commented on Marina's posts calling her like a daughter, posted a video crying, apologizing, saying she had no idea that Julia had been lying to the entire family for months. Now, 3 days later, here's the situation. Lucas has lost over 800,000 followers. He has no income because he lost all his brand deals and he's being sued. Julia also lost more than half of her followers and is getting massive hate. Both of their careers, which together brought in more than 50,000 reais per month, were completely destroyed. And Marina? She's staying at her mother's house, recovering. She posted a video yesterday thanking her followers for the support and saying she's focusing on Sofia's health. Doctors told her she has to remain on absolute bed rest until the baby is born. But guys, this story shook the entire social media community. Tons of influencers posted videos talking about betrayal, loyalty, about how the internet never forgives. The case became a lesson on how one wrong decision can destroy years of hard work in just a matter of hours. Now, looking at the whole situation, I keep wondering, how does someone make such a basic mistake? Posting the wrong video on stories? That shows he was probably doing this frequently. He probably had a whole folder on his phone full of videos with Julia that he never posted. And the coldness of the two of them. Guys, planning to leave Marina only after Sofia was born? That shows they weren't being impulsive. They were calculated. They were going to let Sofia be born, wait for Marina to recover from childbirth, and then destroy her family. And there's something you all need to pay attention to. In the last 3 months, Lucas had changed his posting habits. He posted less with Marina, and when they did post together, he seemed uncomfortable. Looking back now, the signs were all there. But everyone just interpreted it as first-time dad anxiety. Julia, too. She started posting fewer photos with Marina, always coming up with excuses not to attend family gatherings. And when she did go, she was constantly on her phone. The signs are always there. It's just that sometimes we don't want to see them. And this story teaches us several important lessons. First, social media only shows what people want you to see. That perfect couple you follow could be living a nightmare at home. Second, cheating always leaks. Always. No matter how discreet you think you are. The third lesson, and maybe the most important, record everything. If you suspect something, record it. If someone says something suspicious, record it. Liars always contradict themselves, but with audio, it's hard to deny. Guys, I have to tell you what happened last night, which completely changed the perspective on the story. A source very close to the family, who I cannot reveal, told me that this was not the first time. That's right, you heard correctly. Apparently, Lucas had cheated on Marina before, but had always managed to hide it. And Julia, she wasn't the only one. There were at least 2 more women involved in this entire situation. And there's more. Remember the trip they took to Dubai 4 months ago? The one Marina posted about, saying it was an early Father's Day gift? Well, my source told me that in the same week, Lucas took Julia to a resort in Buzios, while Marina thought he was working. And the money for these trips, it came from the brand deals he had with Marina. So basically, he was using the couple's money to fund the affair. It's such a low move, you can hardly believe it. Speaking of money, I got information on the real financial impact of this whole story. Lucas had contracts lined up until December 2024 totaling 380,000 reais. All cancelled. Julia had 120,000 reais in contracts. Also cancelled. But the worst part, they had just bought an apartment together, him and Marina. A 450,000 real mortgage, with a 150,000 real down payment paid using money from their brand deals. Now Marina wants to sell, but he refuses to sign the papers. And the legal battle is just getting started. Marina's lawyer has filed 2 more lawsuits. One demanding the dissolution of the business partnership they had because, yes, they were partners in several companies, and another claiming compensation for misuse of her image. Because Marina appeared in 90% of Lucas's promotional content, right? Technically, he used her image to generate income, which he then used to cheat on her. A genius legal move by the lawyer. And guys, the influencer community is completely divided over the story. Some are openly supporting Marina, posting messages of support, even starting crowdfunding to help with the childbirth costs. But there are also those defending Lucas, saying everyone makes mistakes, that he doesn't deserve to have his life destroyed over one mistake. Bianca Andrade posted an iconic story saying, "To err is human, but humiliating a pregnant woman publicly is being a monster." And that's it. Gay also spoke out. Winderson made an indirect video. Everyone has an opinion on this case. But guys, the theories that are popping up. Some followers think that all of this was staged for engagement, that they planned the whole story to go viral and then would reconcile and get millions of views. But that theory doesn't make sense when you look at the loss they suffered. No one would give up 500,000 reais in contracts just to go viral. And Marina, pregnant, almost going into labor, no one would fake that. I spoke with a relationship psychologist, Dr. Fernanda, whom you already know from my other videos, and she explained Lucas's psychological profile. According to her, he shows signs of pathological narcissism. People like that think they'll never get caught, that they're smarter than everyone else, that they deserve everything without consequences. And when confronted, they never take responsibility. It's always someone else's fault. There's always an excuse. And Julia, according to Dr. Fernanda, she likely has serious self-esteem issues. Women who steal, their friends' husbands usually feel inferior and believe they can only get someone by taking them from someone else. Guys, this case is changing the entire digital influencer industry. Brands are creating new clauses in contracts called morality clauses. If an influencer gets involved in a scandal, they automatically lose all contracts, with no right to compensation. And that's not all. Some influencer agencies are now doing background checks before signing contracts. They check social media, talk to ex-partners, verify if the person has lawsuits. It's a historic change in the market. And this isn't the first case like this, right? Remember the Jade Pecan scandal with that married businessman? Resend and the story with his ex-wife? The difference is that none of those cases had as much impact as Lucas's story. Because here it wasn't just cheating, it was pure stupidity. Posting the wrong story, that's amateur level. And it shows he probably did this regularly, had so much confidence that he didn't even check before posting. For those just starting out as influencers, this story is a complete lesson on how not to do it. Rule number 1, your personal life will be exposed. If you can't handle the pressure, don't enter this market. Rule number 2, never mix personal and professional life irresponsibly. If you're going to cheat, which I do not recommend, at least be smart. Don't document evidence against yourself. Rule number 3, always have a plan B. Because as you've seen, a career built over years can end in a single day. Lucas thought he would live off social media forever. Now he's unemployed and being sued. Now let's talk about what really matters, how Marina is dealing with all of this. I spoke with people close to her family, always preserving her privacy, and the situation is more serious than it seems. She developed severe anxiety attacks, is taking pregnancy-safe medication, and has daily psychological support. The doctor said that the stress could cause complications in Sophia's development. And the worst part, she lost trust in all friendships. Because if her best friend of 6 years could do this, who else might be lying to her? She's isolated, only trusting her immediate family. But one beautiful thing that happened was the support network that formed. Influencer moms, who didn't even know Marina, personally mobilized to help. They created a WhatsApp group, are organizing a surprise baby shower, raising money for the baby's essentials. Dr. Ana Escobar, a famous pediatrician on Instagram, offered to attend the birth for free. Bella Gil sent baskets of organic products. It's amazing to see how the community comes together in moments like this. And this story really makes you reflect on friendship, right? How many of you are rethinking your friendships after seeing this? Because Julia was the maid of honor. She was the person Marina trusted the most in the world, right after Lucas. This reminds me of something my mom always said. Be careful who you call a friend, because you already know who your enemy is. It's the fake friends you can't see coming. And it has never made more sense than it does now. Now let's analyze technically how Lucas managed to make such a huge mistake. I researched and found out he used a post-scheduling app. He probably had a folder with Marina's videos and another with Julia's. What happened is that he selected the wrong video from the gallery. Anyone with an iPhone knows how easy it is to get confused, especially if you're in a rush or nervous. But guys, how do you not check before posting? And here's another technical detail. Instagram has a preview feature before publishing. He literally ignored the preview and posted without looking. That's a level of carelessness that's hard to understand. This teaches us several lessons about digital safety. First, always keep separate folders for different content. Second, always check the preview before posting. Third, if you have a double life, which I do not recommend, use separate accounts. And the most important lesson, don't record evidence against yourself. Why on earth was Lucas recording intimate videos with Julia? For what? To have keepsakes of the affair? Guys, finishing this video, I keep thinking about how one decision can change so many lives. Sophia, who isn't even born yet, is already going to grow up in a broken home. Marina, who was living the dream of motherhood, now has to rebuild her life from scratch. Lucas and Julia, who had established careers, are now social media pariahs. Entire families were affected. It's a domino effect that will last for years. But you know what impresses me the most in this whole story? Marina's strength. Even pregnant, even going through all of this, she didn't play the victim publicly, didn't badmouth Lucas, didn't expose her daughter. She kept her class in a situation where anyone else would have lost their mind. And this is a lesson for all of us women, that our strength doesn't come from retaliating in kind, but from standing up with dignity and moving forward. If you've made it this far, leave a comment telling me which part of the story shocked you the most. And if you know similar cases, share them below, always preserving people's identities, of course. Share this video so more people can see how wrong decisions can have devastating consequences. And subscribe to the channel because I promise to keep bringing the most impactful stories from the digital world. And most importantly, send lots of love and positive energy to Marina and little Sophia. They deserve all the happiness in the world after so much turmoil. Guys, I know this was a heavy video, but it's stories like this that make us reflect on our own choices. See you in the next video, and remember, on the internet, nothing stays hidden forever.